like the big question in the room. Okay, and that would be: did all of these protesters, rioters, and everything get together to paper mache Daredevil masks?
Yes.
Like, are they just sitting around?
Was there a class on the Upper East Side
giving a tutorial on how to make these Daredevil paper mache masks?
Some of them were better than others.
Yes.
Some of them had like 3D printed versions, and those were like the real fanboys.
Hear ye, and welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Rollison, also known as Daredevil. T-Roll, also known as T-Roll. Of course, I am joined by my very good friends. First of all, we have Justin Sandoval, a.k.a. the White Tiger, Sandy. We also have Anthony Amato, who we like to call Shamato. And, of course, the landlord, Jordan Mosley, in the building. I feel like, Jordan, I could have done like a Wilson Fisk there, just out of just straight strength, but
Power.
Shamato, we'll give you, who do you want, Buck? I don't know.
Hey, that's
Buck.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Maybe not this week, but anyways, welcome into our review of the finale of Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. We are covering The Southern Cross, Episode 8. Boys, I'm excited. Let's just, brief, spoiler-free, what you guys think of this finale? What you guys think of the season as a whole? How are we feeling?
The season as a whole, it was a very solid season.
Peak, huh?
Yeah. It was, MCU's back, baby. It's back. It's here to stay. Let's get it.
Yep. It definitely feels like they've kind of like self-corrected a little bit recently. Overall, I would say the season was really, really good. I do kind of have this slight. I feel like we were missing something in this episode.
In the finale? Yeah.
In the finale, but we can get into that a little bit as we go along.
Yeah, overall, I like the season. As I sit back and analyze it, it's with it all being around the boat sinking, it's not the strongest point. Obviously, it was more than that, but that's what it all kind of centered around. I wish it was there was something stronger in it, but that's just me being nitpicky. But as I look at it over the whole, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I guess that's a tricky thing, right? Because he's so public now, Fisk, as the mayor. When he was just the kingpin, he could have so many things going on. There could be so many, centers of attention. But it's that really was the thing because Daredevil knew it was the only thing that could get him, in a court of law, which he did. So, why don't we say it?
Did he, though?
I would argue yes.
Yeah.
I would argue yes.
Yeah.
In the court of law, he did. But let's talk about it. So here's your spoiler warning. If for some reason you have not seen the finale of Daredevil Season 2, pause this and come back and listen to it later. Boys, a lot happened here. Where do we want to begin?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. We should talk about this before the pod and drop it on here.
Yeah, we probably should have.
Maybe the court scene. Let's do the court scene as a whole, or is that too...
Yeah, no. I think the court scene's great, man. It was epic seeing Murdoch. Not Daredevil, seeing Murdoch.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Which we didn't see him originally because he was too busy addressing his gunshot wound.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, when he made his entrance again and he limped to his seat. Oh man, that was... And then with Kirsten's are you okay?
Yeah, because she still has no idea.
Yeah,
she had no idea.
Yeah. But no, that was it's epic entrance for sure.
Yeah,
and
the slow limp, the just casually to the bench. He what an entrance.
Yeah, he ate up the room. He controlled the room with it, and he simultaneously in that moment he was both strong and was able to convey sympathy.
Well, his first interaction, as he's limping down there, he's just throwing out knowledge, and I'm not even going to pretend to know what he was saying.
Yeah, he said objection at one point as he's walking in.
Yes, that was his first thing that he did was an objection,
and it turned the entire the feel of the entire trial.
Yeah.
It was so good, and it's we hadn't seen him in court. I think all season, maybe episode 1, but he's been literally in the shadows having to hide pretty much the whole season.
He was in court the whole time because I think he's still in hiding from the ending of season 1 when he took the bullet for Fisk.
Yep. So also crazy seeing Fisk, in the witness seat. and just once again goes into sharing some backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
When I was a boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anytime he started something with that, you're like, this is
Dude,
going to be
there
fun.
were some memes going around of him like when I was a boy, and then it has the what's it called, the Black Parade.
When I was a young boy.
Yep, that's so cool, dude. But wait, hold on. Like, Fisk's entrance to the court. How about that, man?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Talk about power.
Yeah.
Talk about
What an absolute
dude,
unit.
larger than life.
Yeah.
But that was all camera angles. Like yes, D'Onofrio is a bigger, like taller, wider framed actor.
Yes.
But like they really made him look like he was a giant.
They always do. They do so good at that, man.
It is, yeah. They do a great job with the cinematography for Fisk alone. Like they know what they're doing, and it's all strategic. And I love.
Yeah.
I ate it all up, man. It was amazing. Just seeing that, and the white too. The white just pops, stands out.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I guess in the court scene, I mean, were we always of the opinion that Murdoch was going to reveal himself to be the Daredevil, or would that surprise you guys?
I mean, I think I was a little surprised by it. I think he was going to try to use other means to. I think he was going to try to more like push Fisk on the court scene, and as well as pushing the psychologist. I feel like those were kind of where he was going to go with it. Than he was than actually like just straight up being like, yeah, I'm Daredevil.
Which I think they were planning on going that. He was planning on going that route, and until he went to the chambers, the judge's chambers, and Fisk started whispering to him, and then I think he knew that he had to pull the trump card.
Yeah,
that was one of the cooler parts of the whole season.
Oh, I will say yes, that was absolutely really cool and fantastic. However, the finish where Daredevil speaks back, I'm like, he can't hear you. He does not have.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
That part
audibly said.
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. But it honestly, what it does is it almost creates an intimacy between them, like in the way that like Fisk knows, like it shows like a connection between the two of them that and of course we've seen it throughout all these seasons and them knowing each other, and like they're constantly like their paths are constantly being drawn back to each other. They've done so much work to like show like everything's connected, even going in this season showing Buck's background literally being connected to a court case for them. And it just shows once again like how they are just so intrinsically connected in every single way.
Totally, man. Totally. And remind me, in the Netflix seasons, did Fisk understand that like he could talk to Daredevil like that and he would hear him, or was that something new?
That's new.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before.
I think it's been. Did it happen twice in this episode?
I think it happened twice in the season.
Okay, I think it's.
Wait. When was the other time?
When the episode 1, when they're in the diner, right? Like right when they're getting ready to like part ways, Fisk like whispers something while he's outside, leaving.
I don't remember that. That would have been season 1 though.
Oh, was it the diner scene?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When they confronted it, when they sat across each other.
Oh,
at the
that
table?
was episode 1 of season 1, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then there you go.
But I don't remember that. But
It wasn't on Netflix for sure.
Okay. Still, so cool. I was like, that was awesome. And then I mean, I think he didn't just come out and say, "I'm Daredevil," right? He had to get everyone to agree that if we could get Daredevil's opinion, because we know he was there and it's proven that he was there, then it matters. So I thought that was clever how he had to, in a roundabout way, get there.
Yeah. And I did love when he was able to establish that, and Fisk just like looks, he's like, "You are a fool." Like,
Yeah.
it was just, he knew it was coming, and he knew it was a trump card that he had nothing against. Like, he could not stop that from happening.
Yeah, well, literally using the defendant to collaborate with what's going on is like, and corroborate what literally he was like, he made it a definitive fact before he actually pulled it out.
Yeah. Well, and then he even tried to get Fisk to, like, which I'm pretty sure he did, but he was like, "Would you say that I'm a hero?" Trying to really hone that in to when he makes the Daredevil reveal.
Yeah,
he looks like Kingman looks like a fool.
Yeah, and
so did the other lawyer. Like, I mean, he ran circles around them. Like, we haven't gotten a lot of him in courtroom, just in general, because obviously it's not the point of the show. But I mean, he was awesome. Like you could tell he like spun the web, and everyone just got stuck in it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he is the DA, so it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love when Daredevil was, I don't remember what he asked him exactly, but Hawkberg was like, "Don't answer that," and then Fisk just loses. I will answer it. And it's like, "Uh-oh,
Yeah.
you've lost the plot here, buddy." But it's like, I guess in Fisk's mind, he is a fool because he's revealing his identity. You're doing this just for your girlfriend, basically.
That's true.
And gosh, Heather being there too. Like, I mean, there's just so much like entanglement with
Her face
Murdoch.
when he walked in, she was like, you could tell she was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they show her face when he revealed himself to be Daredevil? Because she still doesn't know that, right?
She would
She
not
doesn't-
know
Yeah,
that.
she does
she
not
didn't
know that
know.
up to this point. Yeah.
I need to go back and watch and see, because she was sitting next to Buck. I don't remember if they showed them react to that.
There was a, it was like a pass by, but it was not, it didn't center on them at all.
I'd love to see that. I need to go back and look at that. But yeah, anyways, also this whole episode is all taking place in one place. It's in the courtroom, with one exception: some random building across the street. We see a bunch of AVTF freaking dudes,
Goons.
and we see someone who looks like Bullseye. And I'm literally, you guys would be so proud of me. You guys would be so proud of me. I'm watching it by myself. Audibly, I say, "That's not Bullseye."
Yeah.
No, that was clearly Timu Bullseye. Like,
Yes.
clearly.
Yes, B-Tech Bullseye, bro. Literally, so like I was like, that's not him. And then sure enough, you see some, daggers and freaking knives and pencils, everything coming in to just kill people.
When that
But
dude tried to pull the gun on Bullseye, I was like, man, that dude's quick.
Dude,
No
just
chance.
just put your hands up and say, "I will leave and never come back." Like, please, I don't want the smoke.
Yeah. I loved when he knocked off his like you said, Timu
Imposter.
yeah, imposter, and he was just like poser.
What
It was
a,
just like
what
it was a phenomenal just jab at him.
Yes.
what a full circle moment for him. Because he was like Timu Daredevil,
That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
like impersonating Daredevil. And like
That's so
now
true.
it's like one of those ones where like he's made it
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
now somebody's like trying to impersonate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Now he's with the CIA. Whoa, that's crazy. We'll get to
yeah.
that later.
Honestly,
But-
that's where he should be.
That's a match made in heaven. Like, they should both be happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But when he got behind the sniper, and I was like, and he like pulls the pin, I was like, oh gosh, is he gonna shoot Kingpin? Like, what's going? Like, I was like, what? How? But I literally thought like, oh my god, Kingpin's gonna get shot while he's in court. Like, this is not gonna look good.
No. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I kind of wasn't sure what the end game was when that scene first happened. I'm like, okay, sniper. They're setting up a fake Bullseye with a sniper rifle to shoot Matt Murdoch, to shoot Karen Page, to like that. What was the reasoning behind the setup in the first place?
I think it was Murdoch.
Yeah,
I think it was Murdoch.
Murdoch, because they were already planning on Karen Page just going to jail.
Okay.
That was their plan. Was Karen Page goes to jail, Matt Murdoch is
Dead.
shot as he comes out. It's by Bullseye, another vigilante that they can like pin something else on. They're kind of like tying up all those vigilante things all at once.
Yep.
All right.
All the loose ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, doesn't go that way. They walk out, and Murdoch can hear, I think, Powell again talking, says, take the shot. Murdoch's in view. And then Bullseye says, "You got the wrong Bullseye," or whatever he says.
Yeah.
So Murdoch's like, "Get down," or something. And then, unfortunately, dude, our boy Buck takes the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which he's not dead. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
I know, but was anyone else panicking
I
besides me and Fisk?
No, I was panicking too.
It stung to see him get shot. Like, although he's done some terrible things this season, he's just a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Seriously, cool. Like,
it's got some aura, dude.
dare I say he could be the next James Bond? Do I dare say that?
Ooh.
I'm
Maybe.
just saying.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's so cool. He is amazing. And but yeah, they kind of nerfed him the rest of the episode though because of that. Which
Well, yeah, I mean,
rightfully so.
yeah.
Well, honestly,
as cool as he is, he's not gonna stand up and just start killing people.
Yeah, well, but you also had like the fact of okay, so if anything is going to happen with Fisk, actually, you have to either immobilize Buck somehow or kill him. Like those are really the only options you had. So they chose to immobilize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill him.
No.
We would riot. We would riot crazier than they did outside. So let's talk about what's going on outside, dude. You got dudes strolling up in red, strolling up in freaking Daredevil masks. I mean, things are getting crazy. You got the AVTF standing at the top of the steps. Powell's ordering people to ordering for just open fire on freaking people. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, just completely unhinged.
I think we need to start with the big question in the room. Okay. That would be, did all of these protesters, rioters, and everything get together to paper mache Daredevil masks?
Yes.
Like, are they just sitting around?
Was there a class on the Upper East Side?
Giving a tutorial on how to make these Daredevil paper mache masks.
Some of them were better than others.
Yes.
Some of them had like 3D printed versions, and those were like the real fanboys.
Yeah, true.
Man,
I mean, maybe that's what they were, how they passed time when they were all locked up. All those people that were locked up. I got to do something.
Or is that what Angela was doing, like, to contribute to the team? Like,
maybe.
Dude, so many masks, and I'm like,
so many masks.
Yes.
Yeah, but it looked cool visually as far as like the sea of red marching up to the steps, and then Powell trying to, getting Cole to. How stupid, Powell! What the heck? He didn't die, right? Powell didn't die.
No,
we didn't see it. Punisher is next week.
No, he's in prison.
He's in jail.
Punisher's next week. Who says he won't go after him?
I mean, it'd be nice. I have an idea, something that would be cool for that. But honestly, so I like the idea with the Daredevil mask because it's a straight up homage to V for Vendetta. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And so it was super cool. And then I don't know, I did a lot of thinking about what Powell is and why he's there and stuff like that and just who he is as a person. And I'm kind of thinking he's this, to me, he's this beta who understands that the only way for him, he loves the idea of accumulating as much power as possible, but he completely understands the fact that the only way for him to have power is for somebody else to have more power over him. So he knows he needs to keep Fisk in power for his power to be allowed.
Yeah.
Well said. I think you said, what's the purpose of Powell? Why is he there? I know why. To freaking piss me off.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, when Cole just hit him in the face with the gun, I was like, I kind of hope someone just trips and falls and lands on his throat.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he just dies.
Yeah, I am a little surprised about the fact that Cole just kind of knocks out their commanding officer and says, let him through. And then they are just okay.
Yeah.
I think that has to do with Cole. I mean, he didn't want to hurt people, innocent people. That was his thing. And then he played up on that with saying, "Hey, you told me he pushed him into the train." After Powell said,
I'm not talking about how
motive. You weren't talking about his motive.
I'm not talking about why Cole did it. By how every other AVTF agent was just completely cool with Cole taking the power in that moment, and then also just them just letting everyone in. I think their job is supposed to be protecting that area.
I think the same thing that T-Roll said is true for them too. He really pissed them off. He killed the other rookie or whoever that was, and I don't know if they was able to cover that up solidly.
From everybody.
Really did do a great job of it, honestly.
Yeah, and then he's over here commanding people to just murder people. You can see with your own eyes that he's not making right decisions, and I think it was a matter of them just following Cole too.
Because I do think that some of the AVTF are genuinely at their core, they're cops who think. I'm not saying they're good cops. There's good people. There's good people on both sides. I'm not saying they're good cops. What I am saying is I think there's people that are in the task force who genuinely think that vigilantes are the problem.
Yeah.
They have been brainwashed enough where they're convinced of that. So but to see Powell be such a douche, these are vigilantes. These are
random people.
These are random people. They're protesting, but we can't just open fire on them. Those are other cops standing 2 steps down. They didn't pull guns out.
Oh yeah.
They weren't threatening, and he's open fire. It's What are you talking about? Open
Yeah,
fire.
like, honestly, he took a huge leap of faith in that moment, like expecting everyone to just do what he said in that moment. Although it does create if that's the way you're looking at it, it does create this like idea of looking back on what they actually did to the AVTF in this season, where essentially it was just like whenever you want to kill an AVTF agent, go for it. Like that's what it was. So that kind of creates this idea of like, okay, well, if they were willing to not shoot into the crowd outside of Powell, then all those people who just got like the people who were going up against like Bullseye in the theater in the diner, it could be a random dude. Like just like he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like he could have been a yeah, like it creates a little bit of like, oh, maybe there's some moral like ambiguity here that's
Yeah, that's fair.
tough to look at.
That's fair. All right. So meanwhile, Fisk is locked up in the actual courtroom. He gives a public address. You know, he's just going full psycho. Sheila comes with a phone from the attorney general. Fisk refuses to talk to him. She comes back with a second offer from the attorney general. And guys, what happens next in the next few moments when Fisk turns down the second deal, loses his mind? I was shocked watching this. I was terrified watching this. Like, dude, what? How did you guys take this in? This scene when Fisk goes on a murderous rampage.
Jordan, what did you think about this?
I mean, when he picked up the first person and like just absolutely dented the corner of the wall, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that.
No.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, he was just on a warpath.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Like he's just seeing red. I mean, like literally and figuratively. Like he was like, I don't care who these people are. Obviously, they're not here because they support me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He mowed them down.
He really did. It honestly, it reminded me a lot of the scene in Rogue One where
I thought that.
where Vader just like you finally see really Vader like go off, and like you honestly like both of the things kind of match up. Like Vader finally being unleashed on us in real life, and the fact that just the absolute domination that he has in those moments.
Yeah.
Like he crushes some dude's head. He's like, you just see people like bend and break in just ways that you're just like, they really should not be doing that.
Correct.
And like at one point, he's catching his breath. Right, he's catching his breath, and it's quiet. And there's this girl who's to his left, and she's just kind of standing there. You don't see her face, but you know she's terrified. And you just think for a moment, maybe he's just going to walk by her. He catches his breath. There's a whole beat that goes by, and then boom, just literally kills her. Like I'm assuming with every punch he is killing people. Like these punchers are so fierce.
Yeah, close to that. I think he probably I'd say 9 out of 10 people he killed that he connected with.
Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say this: as cool as it was to see him literally fold a man around a pillar or I don't know what the heck that was, but like, I mean, that was really cool to see. But are we under the impression here that he is just a larger than life human being using his body weight as the power, or did he somewhere along the lines get superhuman strength and they haven't explained that yet? Because this is insane.
Yeah, they don't address it. I mean, I've honestly been wondering that about. I was afraid to say it, but like him and Bullseye, like and they don't directly say that there's not something special about him,
right?
Because like what Bullseye does, like. Insane.
Yeah.
And with Fisk, like, I mean, as another larger human being, I don't know how he has the endurance for that. Just pure rage, I guess.
Adrenaline's fueling him.
Adrenaline.
That,
yeah.
And from the very jump when he opens the door and is like, "Boo!" and
dude
punches the dude all the way through to the wall, like insane.
Yeah. Boo! What a line.
Yeah.
Like, here's my thing. It's like somebody was like, "Hey, I've got a line for this," you know. He's going to open this door and say, boo.
It was probably Vincent D'Onofrio, if it was. Yeah. It seems like a creative choice. But yeah, but then on the opposite side of the hallway of terror, you also have Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and then out of nowhere, Angela as White Tiger working their way to the other side of the hallway. I did think it was hysterical that Daredevil and Jessica Jones leave the office and lock the door with Karen Page and the governor in there.
Yeah.
And then later on, Karen Page is now out of the office, and like she like bodies this dude, knocks him on the floor, and then like she kind of like shrugs her shoulder and like rejoins Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Like I don't know, I thought that was a little cheesy that little part.
I saw something they were talking about. I didn't pick up much of this during, but like they did a lot of stuff in post, like a lot of stuff. Did you see? I was going to bring this up, but I remember last week I talked about Daniel. Like I told you, I didn't think he really died. Mm-hmm. They added that in post.
Really?
So like that scene, that part didn't happen.
Interesting.
He actually lived. That was the plan. And like they didn't reshoot or anything. So as I was telling you, Shimada, like it was weird the way the dust like popped up and all that. Is because like it was all
it was
all CGI.
Interesting.
And so they didn't have anything afterwards that was like it changed the whole meaning of like when Fisk asked him like, "Do you take care of them?" and all that kind of stuff. Like there was multiple things like that. Like I saw a slowdown of like the Karen Page where she hits the dude and takes his gun all in one swoop. It's like physically impossible. So I thought there was some stuff like that. Consistency wise, it was just weird. But
I will say the way I took that is they were like, "Hey, finally, we're going to justify the fact that she's been training this whole."
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Hey, remember all those times she was training? Don't forget it. Okay, back to the real action. That's literally what it felt like.
Yes.
I was hoping that's when we were going to get. Is it Heather? I was hoping that's when we were going to get the fight, but
yeah, because that was a fight I was expecting to see. Like,
Season 3, man.
See the two of them go at it, but
Season 3. And I think, are we all under the impression that Angela White Tiger has been granted abilities, or
I think so. The way she came in, she definitely had something.
She crawled up a wall and like scratched and
yeah.
And I think she actually did some stuff when they broke people out. I felt like there was something she did that was.
I think she was wearing the amulet, and so like we're led to believe. I think I'm led to believe that she does have abilities, but
that seems enhanced for sure.
Yeah, I would say she definitely did some stuff in the hallway where you're like, okay, that's not a human being. That's not something a human does.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fisk is just blood. Like he's wearing the blood of so many people on his pure white suit. You know, no amount of dry cleaning is getting that out. You just have to buy a new suit, right? He is getting eventually overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people when they all come up to like the grand hall in the courthouse or whatever.
As he should, yeah.
Yep. And eventually, both Murdoch and Jessica Jones work their way up there. They're pulling people off. And you have a pretty powerful... I kind of like this scene of Murdoch talking to him. He takes his mask off. He's convincing him to surrender, to give up.
Take the deal.
Yeah. Take the deal. By the way, I always love how Murdoch does such a good job of looking blind. Yeah, like he's like kind of looking down, like not directly eye to eye. He's like looking kind of at his chest, but he's talking to him. Like
it always looks like he's talking to like something directly behind something.
Right.
Like it's kind of what it looks more like. Yeah.
He does so good, honestly. But anyways, eventually Fisk actually takes the deal, which I'm like, there's like 20 dead people over there.
Yeah.
That deal...
It should be off the table.
Yeah.
Feels changed.
Totally.
Feels 100% changed.
Yes.
So I was saying, like, he got the freaking sweet end of the deal.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then the way it ends, it's like, whoa, what? How is this man on the beach?
Yeah, like, honestly, it reminds me a lot of, like, the ideas that happen in some of these superhero movies where, like, you know, what ends up happening is the hero has this code of like not killing someone, and then like, but they have like no qualms knocking off random henchmen. But when they get to the big dude, they're like, I can't kill anyone.
Yeah,
yes,
that kind of idea.
There's no way some of the people that he hit this season, like the one that last when he got shot, he threw something through the car door and it like crashed. I'm like, somebody died.
Yeah,
there.
Dude.
Yeah, but like, it's just one of those things that happens. It's like, you just look at it like, okay, well, where does Kingpin end up? He ends up on the beach doing his thing. Where does all the AVTF who are directly related to him just essentially most of them are just doing what they were told to do by Kingpin? They're all in prison. Like,
yeah, just the those are just critiques. I mean, it's a superhero show, so whatever.
Right.
But it's so hard because it's like we just forget of all.
You know what though?
You just murdered.
You know what? For sure, I agree with that. But I thought it was pretty poetic. I remember audibly saying to myself, I was like, he's the one in the worst spot. Because it reminds you of all Vanessa wanted was to just get away. Go live at the beach. Let's get out of this world. Let's get out of this fight. We don't need this anymore. We have everything you need. He's kind of living his personal hell.
Yeah.
Like, you almost think Fisk would enjoy being in prison. Like, who's going to mess with Fisk in prison? No one. Not a single person.
And honestly,
right?
he'd probably have fun if someone did.
Yeah, he would. He would. But to be on exile on this island or whatever, it's like, that's kind of his personal hell, you know?
Very good.
But the optics of it aren't good. I'll admit that. Yeah, you're totally right, Jordan. Like, it's kind of like, dude, the ABTF are all in prison. Freaking Daredevil's in prison, and you're on the beach?
Yeah, when they were cuffing Daredevil, they're like, you know, for attempted murder. I was like, attempted murder? Like,
Yeah.
like this dude just mowed down citizens, and like, it's not even something they can't be proved.
There are cameras in the courthouse.
Yes.
100%.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
There's cameras everywhere.
They're just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really have names in this show,
Yeah.
so
What are we going to do? The people had masks. We can't tell who they were.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Can't be identified. Also, okay, again, it's been so long since I watched like the Netflix like seasons. Like, is there some sort of weird moment when he is like, "You'll understand, I can't shake your hand." Like, is that a callback to something? Because it felt so awkward that it happened like way too fast. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was just the fact that he just hated him so much that he just couldn't do it. That's how I kind of took it as. Like, he had such a fueled hatred for him that he just could not bear to shake his hand.
Maybe his hands were just too slippery from all the blood.
Blood.
Or he's being considerate and being like, I just murdered everybody. Yeah, I don't want to get that on you.
Okay.
It was not a callback, I don't think.
Okay. Well, then the pacing of that
It was weird.
just felt weird to me. I was like, didn't seem necessary, you know, just.
Yeah, and I think all this kind of like fills into like the idea of like I didn't feel although it was a good episode, but I didn't feel completely satisfied with the like culmination of the ending. You know, it felt like they kind of like did everything in like half to 3/4 measures in a lot of ways. Like, you didn't get like the big, you know, Fisk Daredevil showdown. You kind of got it in a previous episode, you know, where you finally get to see them fight a little bit. But it just kind of felt like it felt like all like the momentum kind of like petered out at the end, and things just got resolved. It was like, oh, Karen Page, you are now innocent. Oh, Wilson Fisk, you are now no longer the mayor. You know, like all this kind of stuff kind of just like kind of got resolved relatively like kind of quickly. And it just felt like there was like, I don't know, it didn't feel as satisfying as I think it could have been.
That's fair. Any other thoughts on the way it ended and maybe some speculation moving forward? We know there's a season 3. Fisk is on some island. Daredevil's in prison. Luke Cage shows up, and he's back with Jessica Jones. Bullseye's on a plane with Charles with the CIA. You got Heather putting on the Muse mask. So there's a lot of things that are happening, but what do you want to focus on?
I think Poindexter on the plane with the CIA. He's on the plane going to work for the CIA, and because I think he's taking the place of Luke Cage as leading some sort of CIA ops group on foreign soil, and I think that the reason they chose Bullseye is because he's willing to get the job done permanently, and Luke Cage was probably not
as much. Yeah.
I
do think they built up him throughout the season as being like he's looking for a purpose. Like he's looking for kind of the idea of the one good deed. Is like kind of like how he was kind of based around for this. And honestly, like the CIA is going to kind of color everything as being everything that you do is going to be the one good deed.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, totally.
That's
But
100%
yeah, and there are like, kind of like two things I would like to touch on. Number one, I think what could have been really cool for the Punisher special is instead of the ABTF being caught and in prison, it's all about him literally just hunting down the remnants of the ABTF.
Like, who's to say it's
Yes.
not? Who's to say it's not? Still.
Yeah, it could be.
them, but like it's gonna be less satisfying if Powell is in prison when this is happening.
Yeah.
Like, because it would have to be like Powell could have been like the villain. Like he could have been, or like the head guy who he's like kind of like searching down, and you finally get to see Powell, which we've all been wanting for him to be really like scared and be hunted down, and then at the end we get like this final like moment of like a payoff of him finally being no longer lucky, you know,
right,
with his moments. And like the second thing I wanted to see, I was kind of hoping to see in this season, I felt like we needed 2 more scenes with Heather.
Yeah.
And honestly, like more like tweaks. Like the things that I was thinking about was like when she's on the stand, and to like just give her like a moment where like she just breaks for a moment and she does like just a little something where like you get to see her like her craziness break for just a moment. And then Riper, when Hochberg is kind of like afterwards when they're in the room, kind of have something along the lines of like, well, you just show the way that you just showed in your courtroom, your career was over as a psychologist. And then that's when she hits him in the neck. When she just
not the touching of the hair.
Not the touching of the hair. Basically he insinuates that like her professional life is over. And then you have her put on the Muse mask as she sees this idea of she's moving from her professional life of being a psychologist into this life of being the character of Lady Muse.
Yeah. Although it was kind of weird where he's like, "We need to get out of here," and he's like touching her hair in like a
very creepy way.
Very creepy way. Yeah, I'm glad she totally freaking crushed him. But
this is where we find out in season 3 he didn't actually do that. It was just her perception of that moment.
I think he's probably the first victim in season 3. What do you think?
Oh, I could see that for sure.
I hope so.
That's how they start the season, you know?
Either that or it'll be some rando, and then she'll work up to him or something like that.
I hope it's Hochberg.
I do. It would be really cool if it's him.
There was one thing I wanted to talk about with Karen Page.
Yeah.
So like the beginning of the episode and the ending of the episode.
Sequence,
yeah. What was that? Like it was.
Oh yeah.
Because like she got woken up by the courtroom.
Yeah.
But then at the end, it was the exact same scene.
Yeah. She made it a reality, it looks like. 'Cause I think when she's sitting there in the courthouse and she's daydreaming about if they get out of this unscathed, she would be at their favorite Thai restaurant or I don't know, Indian restaurant.
Yeah, Indian restaurant.
I get it. I totally get it, man. I go for some curry right now.
Yeah, and then she made that a reality. Like I think that's what it was meant to be.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if there was like more to it. Like
yeah, but I did think when it opened with the dream sequence and she woke up, I was like, Karen, we got other things to be thinking about here. Yeah. We don't have time for you to be dreaming about what life's going to be like after this. Like, get it together. You're on trial here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But hey, it was overall solid season. Episode was enjoyable. Kingpin on the Rampage was fantastic.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, I didn't expect to see it like in that way. Like. We've seen Kingpin kill people before. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like
on the loose.
Yeah.
Usually
and being like random citizens as well.
Yes.
Like, I think that was part of it too. Like if it had been like the AVTF turning on him or like, you know, some other like setup there, you could have been like it would have felt a little more natural in those moments.
Yeah.
But like or if like they actually called in the National Guard and he just like went off on them. That would have made. I think that would have felt a little more natural, but it was like the shock of it just being random people.
Yeah,
and in public, it wasn't in his little dungeon where he's punishing people.
Yeah,
until this point, like he is maintained that he's doing what's right for the city.
Yes,
and he's kept all of his corruption for the most part, you know, behind the scenes. But this was just like, you know what, like screw y'all. Like I've tried to give everything to you, and then at least in his eyes. And he's like, this is how I get treated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Well, that does it for season 2 of Daredevil, but we are only 1 week away from the Punisher special, boys. So I am anticipating some element of maybe not overlap of characters, but certainly it's got to be happening in a similar time space, right? Like I would hope so.
I read today that it is taking place before and during the events of Daredevil.
Okay,
well, that's fine. I'm fine with that. If it's happening during, I'm okay with that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if it's like before, I'd smash something because it's like literally it comes out on Tuesday. It's like what? Like that would be awful.
Good point.
Yeah, if it's during, I would love to see like something that we saw in the first. You know, it'd be interesting if like all those BB reports, like those are like his perspectives. Like,
oh wow,
that would be an interesting like when you see the random people just round. It's like you just see a random thing where he just looks and there's that person who was just like riding on a bike, and it's just like it's just a random perspective for the Punisher.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, well, boys, good job reviewing this. Well done, I guess. Shout out to all of our listeners for tuning in. We want to say thank you so much. Remind you to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening, and be sure to share this podcast with your friends. Daredevil was an awesome journey. Having Marvel content to release and review on a weekly basis is one of the best things we can do in this podcast. We enjoy it so much. We've got a busy rest of the year. A lot of different shows, a ton of different movies to talk about. So be sure you are tuned in, locked in, and ready to go for everything that we are covering here on the Royal Geek Podcast. With all that in mind, for my good friends Sandy, Shamato, and of course the landlord Jordan Mosley, this is T-Roll saying thank you so much for listening to the Royal Geek Podcast. We will see you next time, you peasants.